up, everybody? It is time for yet another tier list video. I'm your host, BC Kane, and we just finished Season 1 of the One Piece anime, and I've had time to think, and I think I can now do a good tier list of my favorite arcs from Season 1. So we have all 8 arcs here. We got Romance Dawn, we got Orange Town, Syrup Village, Baratie, Arlong Park, the Buggy Side Story, Logtown, and Warship Island. And I'm gonna rank these from, of course, least favorite to most favorite. Now, unlike other lists where I've done this, where I usually go, like, out of order, and I do, like, you'll see my number 1, like, early in the video, I'm gonna change it up this time. So, I'm doing this, not chronologically. We're gonna go from 8 to 1. So, I'm gonna start with my least favorite at number 8, and we'll work our way up to my number 1 favorite. So, we are not going in order here, we are not going, chronologically, so, hopefully that helps you guys, you know, get some hype as far as, oh, what's number 1 gonna be? So, with that said, let us get started. So, coming in at number 8 is an arc that, is not at number 8 because it's bad, but because it's only 2 episodes, which is the Buggy Side Story. Now, here's the thing, right? I love Buggy. I love Buggy's character. I was so happy to see him back after Orange Town. But again, it is only 2 episodes. There's not like a whole lot to digest here. We do get him meeting with Alvida, who at the time I didn't even know was Alvida. I thought it was like her daughter or some, you know, other family member or somebody close to her. I didn't realize until later, of course, that it, you know, actually is Alvida who ate the devil fruit and became this, like, beautiful, skinny lady. But yeah, I did enjoy, Buggy's little side story here. I did enjoy him going to that one island and, I forget his name, but the guy who's like the bush with the chest for a body. It was cool seeing them interact and all that. There's some funny moments in there. You know, he's trying to like get a plan to get revenge on Luffy and the crew. But for what it was, I thought it was fine. But again, it's only 2 episodes, so I can't really, you know, it's kind of hard to put it above these other ones that have like a lot more episodes to them. But for what it was, I really did enjoy the Buggy side story. It was fun to watch. Some funny moments in there, some good Buggy characterization, seeing Alvida come back was cool. So yeah, number 8 will be the Buggy side story. Now, number 7 is an arc I think a lot of people can agree is like one of the lower tier arcs, like full arcs in Season 1. And I did recently go back and rewatch a bit of this, and upon rewatching it, I do kind of agree that this arc, it's not bad, but, like, when you compare it to the other arcs in Season 1, you can tell it's not really to the same level of, excitement and hypeness as the other ones. So, 7 for me is going to be Syrup Village. And here's why, right? Now I love Usopp, right? I think Usopp's character has grown so much from Syrup Village, going into, like, you know, Arlong Park and Warship Island. But when you first get the, introduction of Usopp, I wasn't really feeling him. I thought he was kind of annoying, you know, doing the whole pirates are coming in the village. It did get kind of annoying for me. And I knew right away that he was my least favorite character of, Luffy's crew. Again, I do like him a lot now, but at the time, it was kind of hard to get into his character, but there are a lot of good moments in Syrup Village. You've got Kuro, who's a great villain. I love his character. I love that fight with Luffy and them. That was a good bit. I like Kaya. I like seeing her little bond with Usopp. Loving his stories, even though they're all fake and whatnot. And yeah, there are a lot of good moments, but I think what does bring it down for me again is just Usopp's introduction. Because, even though now his character is obviously, you know, so much better now, like, when you first get to him, you do, like, start to feel where it's like, I'm not really feeling this guy. Now, again, some people might be okay with that. I think some people maybe had the thought of, like, you know, I guess I kind of like Usopp's annoying demeanor. I kind of like him, you know, playing pranks on the village and being with the kids. But for me, it was just kind of like, I wasn't really feeling it that much, but as the arc went on, it did get a little bit better, and again, Kuro's such a great villain, but I think overall it is one of the lower tier arcs of Season 1. It's still very watchable, still enjoyable, but I can't quite put it above the other arcs in Season 1, but it's still fun to watch, so Syrup Village, number 7. So number 6 is an arc that I feel like a lot of people like Sarah Village can agree is one of the lower tier arcs, and at first I kind of didn't agree because I remember really enjoying it, but then I went back and I rewatched it recently, and I kind of see where people are coming from when they you know, talk about this arc specifically. So 6 for me is gonna be Orange Town. Now, similar to number 8, I love Buggy, right? I think Buggy is such a great character. We get the whole introduction of Nami here. We see her and Luffy interact for the first time. We see them butt heads with Buggy and the crew in them. Oh, and that fight against Zoro and Kabaji was fantastic. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like Orange Town, the reason why it's like one of the lower tiers is because I feel like when you compare it to like something like Arlong Park, where it has like so many hype moments and so much like really big story development for like Luffy's journey and the characters and, you know, the lore of the One Piece, I feel like Orange Town is mostly just about, you know, Buggy's antics and his whole, like, circus crew, and Luffy and Nami. But yeah, I did find Orange Town to be very, very enjoyable still. But I think upon rewatching it, I can definitely see why people, again, like Sarah Village, can see this arc as one of the lower tier ones of Season 1. But, again, they're not bad arcs. They're still really enjoyable, but, like, when you're trying to rank them above, some of the better arcs that we'll get to here in a bit, you can definitely see the difference in quality and excitement. But Orange Town is still a lot of fun. Again, I love Buggy as a character. Zoro and Kabaji was a great fight. Seeing Nami come in was fun. But I can definitely see why people would consider Orange Town to not be that great of an arc. And I kind of agree to an extent, but I do think it's still one of the it's still a very, very fun arc to watch. So Orange Town, number 6. Now, number 5 is going to be the most recent arc that we finished in Season 1, which is the last arc in East Blue, and that is Warship Island. So here's the thing, right? I feel like the first 2 episodes of Warship Island, I could kind of feel a little bit of dragginess, like just a little bit. Like I didn't feel like I feel like the pacing was one of the slower paces compared to like other arcs that we've seen. Once you get, like, the whole character of, what's her face, the little girl, Apis, right? Like, once you get, like, her whole lore and you, get to meet the, Millennial Dragon, Grandpa, what's his name? Oh my god, I'm forgetting names already. The Grandpa Dragon who they're trying to, like, help bring to the Lost Island. Once you get to that part, it becomes a lot better, but, I think what puts Warship Island above Orange Town and Syrup Village is because the ending bit is really, really good. Seeing them finally get to Lost Island, seeing Grandpa sacrifice himself to, you know, help them, and seeing his body sink down to where the island is, seeing his wish come true where, you know, the Lost Island is back and the dragons are back. It got really emotional. Like, they really did nail the tone and the emotion of that whole sequence where, you know, the Lost Island ends up going back to the surface. You get Nelson and them, you know, trying to fire on the dragons, and then Luffy does that, of course, amazing battle axe and splits the ship in half. And, you know, it was so good. Plus, I love Eric as a character. I really like Eric. I think he might be a good villain coming up. I'm not sure that he's going to be in Season 2, because, at the end of Warship Island, they do end up knocking him into the water, and he, supposedly drowns, but, I'm not sure. But if so, then I did like Eric as a character. He was, kind of cool. But yeah, a lot of fun moments. Again, I feel like the first half isn't quite as good as the second half. But overall, I feel like it kind of, you know, balances out, because, that last bit was really good with the you know, Lost Island being discovered. And oh, also the other thing, I wasn't really feeling when they went to what was supposed to be where the Lost Island was, and then you got that whole bit where apparently it's back on Warship Island, so they sailed through that whole storm for no reason. I didn't really like that. I don't know. I mean, it kind of, I guess it kind of made sense to an extent, but I really did enjoy them going through that storm, and then you got the whole sea monsters coming up and helping them get out of it, only for them to, like, realize, oh, wait, it's back on Warship Island. But, I feel like that also kind of dragged down a little bit for me, but I would still put it above Orange Town and Syrup Village. It's still a very enjoyable arc. Again, the second half is really good. So, yeah, Warship Island, number 5. Alright, number 4, I feel like some people might put this arc, even below Warship Island, and maybe even above, or maybe even below Orange Town and Syrup Village, which I don't agree with at all. I feel like out of all the arcs in Season 1, I think this one might be one of the more divisive ones when it comes to, like, where it ranks in terms of the other arcs. But, I did really enjoy Logtown. I like seeing the podium where Roger got executed. You know, Luffy gets there, and you got the whole bit with Buggy in them. You get the reveal that Albedo is actually Albedo. She's still alive, and she ate the devil fruit. I also like Smoker. He's a cool character. I don't like him quite as much as, Don Krieg, at least not yet. I feel like Don Krieg was a bit more fleshed out than, Smoker was, but he might, I mean, Smoker has more time to develop now, because I feel like Don Krieg is, I don't know if he's dead or he's just missing in action, but I feel like we might get more Smoker coming up, but we'll see. But yeah, I just love Logtown as a whole. I love the town. I love, all the locations. You got that one bit where, Zoro sees this girl who looks like his childhood friend, and he breaks her glasses, and they got that whole bit where he gets new swords. That was kind of fun. But yeah, I can see why people maybe wouldn't put Logtown this high up. I can understand that. But for me, like, it's all about enjoyment, right? I feel like my enjoyment of Logtown on an overall sense was a lot better than Warship, Orange, and Syrup Village. But I guess I can see why some people maybe would put Logtown maybe like number 5 or 6. But I think for me, I love the location of Logtown and the characters in Logtown better overall than these other arcs. But Logtown's very enjoyable, a lot of good moments, a lot of progression of the story too in terms of the One Piece and the lore. Again, seeing Roger's execution, like where he got executed, was kind of cool. So yeah, I'd put Logtown for me personally at number 4, but I would not argue if you would maybe put it at like 5 or 6. Alright, I feel like we're now in the top 3, where I feel like people are gonna have a really hard time arguing as far as, like, you know, should these be in the top 3? Because I feel like these 3 are, for sure, the 3 best or most favorite arcs in the One Piece fandom. So at number 3, we're going to have the very first arc of the One Piece anime, which is, of course, Romance Dawn. I think Romance Dawn is such a great introduction to Luffy and his character. You got Zoro, of course. I just think Romance Dawn does such a good job of, you know, setting the stage for the world of One Piece, for the characters, for the actual story and lore of the One Piece itself. And I think, you know, overall, like, it really does a good job of, you know, letting the watcher or the viewer know that, like, you know, this is gonna be a journey. Like, this whole, you know, Luffy sailing to find the One Piece and bringing Zoro along, like, we're in for a ride. And I feel like, as each episode progressed, it got better and better in terms of, you know, building that hype until they finally leave and, you know, start that journey. Getting that prison scene where you see, what is it? Kobe help, Luffy free Zoro. All that stuff was really good. I didn't really like Helmeppo, though. The guy with the weird hair, he was kind of alright, I guess. Kind of a dick, too, if I'm being honest. But, yeah, I feel like Romance Dawn, again, does a great job of setting up the story for what you're about to watch. It's such a great introduction to, you know, the world of One Piece. It's not quite to the same hypeness as Attack on Titan for me personally. But, I mean, what is at this point? But, I do feel like Romance Dawn did a fantastic job, setting up, you know, the characters to come. Also, the bond between Luffy and Shanks was also fun to see. Seeing Shanks save Luffy and have his arm get bitten off. But, also seeing Shanks put the hat on Luffy and saying, you know, hold on to this for me until I come back and then you're a pirate and then we'll reunite again. Just a lot of good moments in Romance Dawn, and again, sets the stage really nicely for the One Piece anime. So number 3 for me is definitely Romance Dawn. Alright, shipmates, we got the top 2 arcs. I feel like a lot of people would not argue with me here. These are for sure, no question about it, no doubt, the 2 best arcs in Season 1 of the One Piece anime. Now, the question is, which one is better? And if you've been watching my live watch-through of One Piece, you might already know what it is. I'm pretty sure I've said it. But at number 2, and again, these might be interchanged based on preference, but for me, like, number 1's a clear winner, in my opinion. But number 2, the second best arc to me in the One Piece anime is going to be Baratie. I love Baratie. I love the restaurant. We get Sanji's introduction, the whole stuff with Don Krieg and Zeph. You got that whole bit with Sanji helping Gin out when he's starving to death. You got that epic fight against Zoro with Zoro and Mihawk, one of the best fights so far in the entire anime. I love Mihawk as a character too. And again, I really do like the setting for Baratie. This, like, you know, fancy-looking restaurant in the ocean. The crew's fun to interact with. And Sanji is a great introduction as well. And yeah, just a lot of really good moments in Baratie. Seeing Luffy, you know, I thought he might be here for a while because he did end up breaking the restaurant. And I thought, oh, are they going to spend, like, you know, 20 plus episodes on just Baratie while he, you know, cleans up? But no, they actually, you know, got out a little bit earlier than I thought he would. But this arc is still fantastic. Like, it is for sure one of the 2 best arcs of the entire anime. I had a really good time watching it. A lot of fun moments. Again, Zoro versus Mihawk is probably the highlight of the entire arc. But even, like, ignoring that, there's still a lot of great moments in Baratie. So for me, it is easily number 2. And, yeah, I can see why people maybe might go even number 1, which I wouldn't argue with. I do love Baratie, but there is one arc that I feel like, you know, does so much more, especially character and story-wise, than Baratie does. And that arc is going to be, of course, no surprise to majority of you, Arlong Park. Like, where do I start here? Like, I love Arlong as a character. I think he might even be better than Kuro as a villain. And I love Kuro from Syrup Village. But Arlong's whole arc there, like, him using Nami to make maps for him, and the whole reveal that he kind of used her to get that, those berries. And also just, oh my god, Nami is by far the MVP of the entire arc. Like, her whole story was so engaging. Getting that flashback of Bellamere getting murdered right in front of her by Arlong. Seeing her stab the tattoo because she's so mad at Arlong for betraying her. That whole bit where you got Luffy putting the hat on Nami and saying, hey, I'm going to help you, don't worry, I'm here for you, we're friends. And then seeing Luffy, of course, take down Arlong Park with Battle Axe, supposedly killing Arlong. We're not really sure about that yet, but I guess we'll find out. But yeah, Arlong Park is a clear winner. I knew from the moment I finished it, it was my favorite arc in Season 1 of One Piece. There was just so much excitement, so many hype moments, so many great fight scenes too, like the Zoro fighting Octoman, what's his name? Or seeing Usopp fight against Chu in the forest was kind of cool. And of course, seeing Luffy fight Arlong, like that's, you know, no question there. That's a great fight. But yeah, Arlong Park is great. Definitely number 1, no question there. I feel like a lot of you might agree with this, but I think Arlong Park, also it's the longest arc too, I think, of the entire season, right? I feel like, isn't Arlong Park like 13 episodes or 14? It's a pretty long arc, but I think it, you know, justifies it being that long with the moments that it has in it. But yeah, Arlong Park is great. I love it. Number 1, no question there. And that is it. That is my ranking of every arc in Season 1 of One Piece. So, if you're watching this, let me know in the comments what you guys thought and what you would change. And what is your favorite arc in Season 1 of the One Piece anime? Let me know down below. But, in the meantime, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, and smash that like button for more amazing tier lists to come. And, look forward to more One Piece tier lists in the future as we watch each season, because I do plan to do a, tier list after we do every season, ranking the best arcs from that season. So we'll do them for Season 2, Season 3, Season 4, yada yada yada, and so on and so on. So stay tuned for that, and I guess I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, everybody!